I've been doing this for 16 years. My pro debut was like $350. And I mean, at the end of the day, and it's definitely not the money, but the money does help. But I mean, we just have to, I mean, as long as the recognition is there, I mean, I'm to the point that I'm like, okay, whatever the money is, whatever. I'm happy to take $1,000 sometimes because I've gotten nothing. But I just want the recognition. I want, people to see women's fighting, to see, us on, these broadcast shows, to see that, because they are talented women out there. And what happens is, they tend to leave, or they tend to go to different sports because we're not getting what we want in our sport, Like there's times I took some times off. Like if you look at my record, I took 2 years off, a year off. I have been inactive in over a year, so it's like, it sucks. It sucks to be, a female fighter sometimes. When I started, it was a long road, and I knew it was going to be like this. So I just didn't just do boxing. I had to, do the personal training. And I'm a mom of two. My daughter's 16, she's going into college. So, I'm with that burden with college and these dues and stuff. I got my little man, and I just got to do what makes me happy. Boxing makes me happy. That's the reason why I'm still doing it. Definitely not for financial gains, because we don't get that, and that's what the people are, I think that's why a lot of people are targeting, Taylor, because her promoter and her team are, pretty good. They're one of the good ones, so it makes it more interesting to fight her.
Well, I think I'm getting very well paid for my fights, thanks to Eddie Hearn and Matt Drummond. I think women's boxing is definitely on an all-time high at the moment, where the best are fighting the best, and especially in and around the lightweight division, I think there's so many great fights out there to be made. And I'm very lucky to be with a great promoter where I am getting well paid, but I definitely think from the women's perspective it is a bit more pure in that the women are doing it for the passion as well, and they don't just take fights for the money. They really want to be well prepared for the fights. They want to showcase their best in the ring as well, and I love that about the sport as well.
A lot of promoters out there don't really believe in female fighting. Plus, they don't believe in the feedback. As if you heard Dana in the beginning, he said he would never put a female on his card. And then, his females are like his #1 draws. So I just believe it's, sadly to say, is the people behind it, which is like the promoters and the people in charge of broadcasting and all that stuff. It's dumb wanting to believe. And I believe sometimes when they do see fights, they probably don't see the best two female fights, because a lot of people, they're afraid to fight each other. I mean, this is a sport, you got to fight. So maybe the fights they do see are probably not competitive, or they're probably not, and those, unfortunately, those are the ones that mess it up for the good ones.
I've always wanted to build a huge fan base here in the US, and to have this platform with DAZN is absolutely phenomenal, really. And to have these big fights on such a big network like DAZN is incredible. It is amazing for women's boxing that these fights are being made, and it's given everyone an opportunity to watch these fights live as well, which is so important for the sport and for me personally as well. I think Ronda Rousey has a huge part to play in that as well. I think she really has inspired so many women coming up, and what she's done for women's MMA has been absolutely incredible. She was the headline actor in MMA for many years, and she's brought women's MMA to where it is today, I think. And there's no reason why female fighters can't do the same as what Ronda Rousey did in the MMA as well. She's a big inspiration.
At least, there's other opportunities, Like I'm 36. I don't know if I can, venture in the UFC or go into WWE. I probably have, a little more time in boxing, because that's where I dedicated all my life to. So I'll probably, just stay here. But definitely, I mean, especially for the little ones growing up, you have different platforms, for little girls, it's not only boxing. They can do UFC, they can do all three, So it's definitely amazing. Not for me, myself, but for the little ones growing up, that they can see there's a future somewhere.
Women's boxing really is on an all-time high at the moment, and I think people's perceptions are really changing of women's sport as well, which is incredible. And to have this platform with DAZN and with other TV networks is exactly what the sport needs. And I think for the first time in a long time, people are really seeing the best of women's boxing and the best of female combat sports.